Hey folks, it's Rob, and this is Might and Magic Duel of Champions. And just taking advantage of an offer, and I thought, hey, people like seeing watching pack opening videos for some reason. So I'm buying some 5 Towers packs so I can kind of get up to speed with the new stuff. And I thought I'd buy, 9 packs. So at the discounted price. Well, there's some wild cards. We'd like that. Let's see what we got here. Now these are all going to be 5 towers. Okay, so they're not part of the basics. They're not part of the reinforcements. They're not part of the previous expansions. They're all going to be 5 towers. So they're all new stuff for me, too. So I'm just going to go through the cards with you. Tower of the Dreamer. Unique building. At the beginning of your turn, if a creature is at the Tower of the Dreamer, draw 1 card. If a sanctuary creature is at the Tower of the Dreamer, draw 2 cards instead. Sacrifice. Destroy target friendly inferno creature. Gain a resource equal to its remaining health. War Tent. Creatures at War Tent get +2... is that attack? Yeah. When a creature at War Tent dies from combat damage, destroy the War Tent. Crimson Bond. Search at your library for an enchant creature spell card and put it in your hand, then deal damage to your hero equal to that card's cost. Shuffle your library. That's actually one I've actually had before. Undead Minotaur. It's a 2/3/6 for 3. That's nice. I can use that. Rakasha Skirmisher. Creature melee. It has evade. When this creature is attacked by a melee or flyer creature for the first time in a turn, it moves to an adjacent position if possible. If it does, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it and dealt by this creature. So it just kind of sidesteps if it's space. That's pretty darn nice, actually. But does the attack then go through to what would have been behind it? The Great Hunt. Ongoing. At the end of your turn, if you have 1 card or less in your hand, draw a card. Okay. Yalath's Breath. Enchant friendly creature. Permanent. Other creatures in the same row as enchanted creature cannot attack. When enchanted creature attacks or moves, destroy Yalath's Breath. So I've seen that before. That's pretty darn useful. Basically, you just create a permanent wall on your critter until your critter attacks. So if you need to keep them held off, that's great. Zephyra's Celerity. Fortune. Until end of turn, target melee creature gains swift or target melee creature gains charge. Morgan's Inspiration. Fortune. Until end of turn, all friendly creatures with no damage gain charge, or all friendly creatures gain mending. I've seen that. I've played against it. Prayer for the Departed. Place all creature cards put into your graveyard since the end of your last turn at the bottom of your library. Draw a card. So you can recycle your playing cards. Right, that's okay, same thing there. Right, and that's Silver Bowl Spirit. It's a creature magic melee shooter. You can deploy another creature of higher might on Silver Bowl Spirit. If you do, return Silver Bowl Spirit to your hand. So it doesn't tie up space, which can be nice, especially on a 1. It has a retaliation, but it doesn't have an attack. So, I could... alright. Right, next pack. Oh yeah, wild card. What we getting? Soul-consuming Wraith, which looks pretty nifty. Immune to retaliation. At the beginning of your turn, banish target card from opponent's graveyard. If you can't, deal 1 damage to Soul-consuming Wrath. So if he's got a creature in his graveyard, it knocks it out of his graveyard. And if I can't do that, it takes damage. Soul-consuming Wraith. Kinda nifty. It's got a 3/05, though, on 4. Reborn Incubus. When Reborn Incubus is put into your graveyard from your library, put it into your hand. So if it's discarded from the library, it goes into your hand. Famous Last Blows. Destroy target friendly creature, destroy target building, ongoing spell, or fortune of equal or lower cost. So I can, like, destroy something I have, and in exchange destroy something they have of equal value. Scavenger Ratkin. Creature, melee shooter. Immune to retaliation. For every 5 cards in your graveyard, Scavenger Ratkin gains Infect 1. Ooh. That is nice. And it's a 2/5 by itself, and it's a shooter, so I can just kind of sit in the back and wait for my graveyard to fill in. Yeah! Soul Harvest. Until your next turn, whenever a creature dies, heal 1 damage from your hero. Oh. Finally some healing for me on my Necro deck. Soulfire. Enchant creature. Permanent. When enchanted creature attacks, put a +1 attack counter on it. If enchanted creature's attack is greater than 5, destroy enchanted creature. Okay. That's pretty nifty. Too bad it's a red. Noburo's Insight. Relocate target creature or all immobilized creatures. Take 1 damage. Prayer for the Departed again. Silverbolt Spirit again. Ariana's Will. Take 5 target creature cards from your graveyard and shuffle them into your library, or take the top 5 cards of your library and put them in your graveyard. I could see how that with this, I could see how that'd be useful. And getting the creatures from my graveyard and back into my library is also useful in and of itself. But being able to actually dump some cards from my library into my graveyard can be nice with that. Or if I had that. Right. Lesser Light Elemental. Seen these before. Preemptive Strike. So it does its retaliation damage before attacking creature deals its attack damage. It's neutral, though. So 1, 3, 4. It's a nice little defender. Magical. Memory Lapse. Put top card of your opponent's library into their graveyard. When you play a creature, if Memory Lapse is in your graveyard, put it back into your hand. So I can just keep cycling. Alright. Update. Next pack. 2 more wild cards. Very nice. Oh, I'm just going to point out, I've never actually paid any cash into this game. These seals are just because I've liked to click in on a daily basis. Right, so what we got here? Furia's Gift. Until end of turn, target creature gains sweep attack, or target creature gains attack anywhere. Fate Bender. Magic Shooter. Immune to retaliation. Fate Bender gets +2 attack if your opponent discarded a card this turn. Tricky. It's a 2/2/5 on its own, though, so it's not miserable. Yeah. Trapper Spider. Ambush. Put 1 crippling counter on ambush creature. Ambush abilities trigger when an enemy creature is deployed in the same row as this creature. So if it's sitting in there, it's a melee shooter, so it can sit in either row. If it's sitting in the row and you play something down, it gets a little cripple counter on it. And cripple counters are nice because they really do hurt creatures. Creatures at Watchtower gain preemptive... this is Watchtower. Creatures at Watchtower gain preemptive strike and +1 retaliation. When a creature at Watchtower dies from combat damage, destroy Watchtower. Preemptive Strike is nice. Again, I don't play that section, though. Soulspire. Building. Creature at Soulspire gains Crippling 1. When a creature at Soulspire dies from combat damage, destroy Soulspire. Okay. Alright. I could see using that. Urg Hunter. Immune to Retaliation. It's a 2/2/5 for 3. It's a shooter. Chain Heal. Heal 3 damage from 2 target creatures. Sand Kame. Looks like an ankylosaur, really. 4/4/8. I've seen one of these before. At 5 cost, it's not terrible, but it's a 5 might as well. Has no specials. Crusader Vanguard. While Crusader Vanguard has no damage, it gains +1 attack and +1 retaliation, which is nice until it's hurt. And then it's a 2/1/6. But then it's, of course, also not going to be a 6 because it's hurt. Another Ariana's Will. Gazelle's Sapience. Take target spell in your graveyard and put it into your hand, or put all spells from your graveyard into your library, shuffle your library, and draw a card. Which could be nifty, especially if you like playing your spells. Get them back. And can't help but she's got some nice tracts of land. Mana Burst. Until your next turn, whenever a spell is played, deal 2 damage to the spell's controller's hero. Good way to shut down some spells. Yes. But situational. You don't know when your opponent's going to be playing quite a few spells. More wild cards. We like that. Plague Bearer. That's one for me. Melee creature for 6, 4 might, 4/2/7. Infect 1. When this creature deals attack damage to a creature, that creature gets 1 poison counter. Deal 1 damage per counter to creatures with poison counters at the beginning of their controller's supply phase. Plague Bearer costs 1 resource less to play for each poison counter on the battlefield. Ah. Well, I already do play with poison things. I will be using that, I think. United We Fight. Until end of turn, you don't need to meet the requirements of sanctuary creatures you play. So I can just dump a bunch of sanctuary cards on the table. There's Famous Last Blows again. Hall of Nightmares. Creatures at the Hall of Nightmares gain Fear 3. When a creature of Hall of Nightmares dies from combat damage, destroy Hall of Nightmares. But what does Fear 3 do? Rewind. Enchant creature permanent. At the beginning of your turn, return Rewind and enchanted creature to their owner's hands. So Zonk, I put it on there. That creature goes back in their hand. This card goes back in my hand, and I can keep on doing that. Well, I do like that. Making you have to replay your characters, your critters over and over and over again. That's certainly a way of dealing with something. Surprise Assault. Until your next turn, all creatures with ambush get +1 attack and +1 retaliation. But that's only if they have ambush. And so far, I've only seen 1 ambush creature, and that's red. We're not playing that. Gated Demon. Ambush. Ambush creature's controller discards 1 card at random. Ambush abilities trigger when the enemy creature is deployed in the same... so we've had that. It's 2 cost for 2/0/3, but it has the ambush, which is nice. Undead Minotaur, again. It's a 2/3/6 for 3 with 3 might. That's productive. No specials on it, but it's productive. It's effective. Silverbolt Spirit. Fire's Gift. Gazelle's Sapience. Again, we'll just have a nice little pause here. Alright, moving on. Mana Burst again. Alright, update. Next pack. 2 more wild cards. I should go and craft something. Lava Stream. Enchant row permanent. At the beginning of each player's turn, deal 1 damage to all creatures of enchanted row. Destroy Lava Stream when there are no creatures in the enchanted row. Crimson Bond. Again, we've had that before. Suicide Goblin. Ambush. Destroy ambush creature and destroy Suicide Goblin. Ambush abilities trigger when an enemy creature has been deployed in the same row as this creature. So it's a 2/0/3, and it just kind of sits there waiting for something to happen, and if the opponent doesn't do anything, you still have a 2 attack on a melee critter. Insatiable Djinn. At the beginning of your turn, banish a random spell card from your graveyard if you can't destroy the Insatiable Djinn. It's a 5/4/9 for 5 cost, but you also have to meet the 5 might 4 magic requirements. But otherwise it's nice until you're out of spell cards. Imagine that would work out well if you're playing a spell heavy deck, which you might if you're playing that class. Let's see here. Wither. Enchant creature permanent. Enchanted creature gets -X attack and -X retaliation, where X is your magic level. Okay, so if I have... And it has to be at least 3, because you need 3 to be able to play Wither. So, 3 or more, less attack and retaliation. Very nice. Chain Heal, see that. Ice Armor. Enchanted creature permanent. Enchanted creature cannot be targeted and gains +1 attack and +1 retaliation. Well, for 4 magic and 3 resource, Noborough's Insight, The Great Hunt, Lesser Light Elemental, Varia's Gift, and Mana Burst. And since we've already covered those cards, just watch that part we've already done. Right. More wild cards. Definitely a change in quality when you pay for seal packs. Right. Elrath's Protection. Enchant creature permanent. Enchanted creature cannot be targeted and gains spell shield. No damage from spells is dealt to this creature. Could be useful in a variety of ways. Time of War. Ongoing. At the end of your turn, if you played 3 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Honor-bound Kami. If you have 5 or more cards in your graveyard, Honor-bound Kami gains Honor 1. But I don't know what Honor 1 means. Okay. Scavenger Ratkin again. Alright. That's not a bad thing. Soul Harvest again. Gated Demon again. Undead Minotaur again. The Great Hunt again. Zephyr Celerity again. Silver Bull Spirit again. Lesser Light Elemental again. And Memory Lapse again. 2 more wild cards. Gnar Plague Bearer. Arcane Orb. Creatures at Arcane Orb gain Magic Resist. When a creature at Arcane Orb dies from combat damage, destroy Arcane Orb. And it's a building, of course. And our Soul Spire. Truce. Return target friendly sanctuary creature and target enemy creature to their owner's hands. Gated Demon. Rakshasa Skirmisher. Yalath's Breath, Crusader Vanguard, Ariana's Duel, Memory Lapse, Landslide. Target battleground position, destroy any building at targeted position, and deal 2 damage to any creature at targeted position. Well, that's useful if you're playing green. Sand Shark. Ambush. Deals 1 damage to ambush creatures. Okay. For 3, 2 might, it's a 2/0/3. But the ambush is nice. Two more wild cards. The Price of the Void. Fortune instant. Banish target ongoing spell or fortune. Deal damage to your hero equal to that card's cost. So it's a way I can deal with an ongoing spell or fortune, but I have to hurt myself to do so, and it costs 3 resource, and I have to have 3 destiny and 3 magic. Crimson Bond again. Famous Last Blows again. Hidden Dojo. Creatures at Hidden Dojo gain Honor 1. When a creature at Hidden Dojo dies from combat damage, you destroy Hidden Dojo. Chain Heal. Noborough's Insight. Crusader Vanguard, Ariana's Will, Lesser Light Elemental, Memory Lapse, Landslide, and Pleasure in Pain. Fortune ongoing. Until end of turn, when opponent discards a card, draw 2 cards and destroy Pleasure in Pain. Right. I feel like I may have overbought on these packs. Well, here's the last one. So I'm getting far too many duplicates. Greater Water Elemental. I've seen one of these before. Water Heal. When water damage is dealt to this creature, heal it by the same amount instead. Hypnotize. Enemy creatures in front of this creature are immobilized. 3/3/5, 5 resource cost, 3 might, 3 magic. I could see using that. Arcane Orb. Strength and Unity. Until your next turn, each creature gains +1 attack and +1 retaliation for each other creature in the same name, with the same name on the battleground. So if I'm playing a lot of the same creatures, they get +1 attack and +1 retaliation for each one out there. So even if it's just one, so they get a +1 on each, which could be nice. It's only 3 costs and it's a 2 destiny. That's easily achievable. Gorilla Master. Immune to retaliation. All friendly creatures with ambush gain +1 attack. It's a shooter, 2/2/7 for 4, and it has a 3 might requirement. Chain Heal. Surprise Assault. Sankame. Noburo's Insight. Zephyros Celerity. Morgan's Inspiration. Until end of turn, all friendly creatures with no damage gain Charge, or all friendly creatures gain Mending. I think I had that one before. Lesser Light Elemental, and Gazelle Sapience, which is what we're going to finish off on here. Just leave you with that image in your mind for a moment. There we go. And, well, that's it. I'll just be modifying my deck to reflect the new cards, of course. I did get some useful things. I do basically have every single color deck, so it's not like my stuff's useless, but my main play is in a Necropolis deck. So that's what was useful to me. And, of course, I do have some cards for sacrificing now, and I do have some stuff to use for the Altar of Wishes. I have 41 wild cards, so I mean I can definitely go and make some cards if I feel like there's something I need. The Infernal Pit we're not ready for yet, but for some reason I don't really want to sacrifice anything. Right, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you found that at least somewhat useful if you wanted to, and you know, take advantage of that offer while it's available if you feel like it. Have a great day, folks. Goodbye.